Welcome back to Applauze Radio, where we celebrate creativity, culture, and the voices shaping the global sound. I'm your host, Zali Marley, and today we have a special guest joining us all the way from Los Angeles, a proud Ghanaian, an award-winning producer, songwriter, and sound engineer, Kofi Agyei. He's worked with stars like Brandy, Todrick Hall, Ciara, and even secured placements with the NFL and NHL. Let's get into his story and power behind his sound. Kofi, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great. So for anyone just discovering your name, who is Kofi Agyei and how did your journey into music begin?
Wow. It's a long time ago. I guess the accent, the way I sound and my name don't necessarily match, but I was born and raised in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Both of my parents are from Ghana.
Okay.
I've never lived in Ghana, but I've been once or twice. I'm trying to go again next year,
Okay.
bring the family and everything. But yeah, my musical journey, I started playing violin in 4th grade. That introduced me to music. I saw my brother playing cello and I just wanted to be in the orchestra as well. But I wanted to play the main instruments. I wanted to play the main melodies, and violinists get that. So then in high school, I picked up some band instruments, trombone, baritone, and started composing then, actually.
Right.
Me and my friends, we would take songs from the radio and arrange it for the band. And that was fun. And then in college, I actually went to NC State University, graduated with a degree in electrical engineering.
Oh, great.
And I worked in it for a couple of years. But while I was at NC State, I actually started songwriting and producing. So that's where the beginnings of this kind of started.
Oh, okay.
Me and my friend Mac, we started a group called Soulfire.
Oh, okay.
We made 2 albums. What else did we do? Performed all over campus all the time. And that kind of got me started. Then I went to Berklee College of Music for a couple of years after working. Felt like the electrical engineering thing wasn't for me, engineering in general. It's funny because I use some of these skills now, but back then I was like, this is not what I want to do. I can't do this every day for the rest of my life. And music was always calling me. And I gave into it in 2008 and went to Berklee College of Music. And that's been the journey since then. I've been on the grind, producing, songwriting, engineering, making lots of songs since then.
Right. So before we go into the real good stuff, that is the stuff that you have cooked. I want us to talk about some of these collaborations and these works that you have done, like with Brandy, Todrick Hall, and Ciara. Like, how did you get to work with legends like this? How did you end these collaborations?
Man, only God, honestly. I wish there was a straight path that I could like describe for somebody else to follow and stuff, but a lot of it is just luck and opportunity and just being in the right place, right time, and being prepared for those opportunities. So for a lot of those collaborations were with Todrick Hall. So we actually met him first and we started building with him. I think he had maybe like 50,000 subscribers at the time, maybe 100 on YouTube. But this was back in the early days of YouTube. So that was like equivalent to a million now, or like 500,000, and we started building and grinding with him. And he has a lot of relationships in the industry. He's rubbed shoulders with a lot of the big stars. I mean, he was best friends with Taylor Swift for a little while. So it's just like, there's no limit to the amount of people.
Where he going, right?
Yeah. And so like, just working on the projects with him is where we got a lot of these collaborations, two of them with Brandy, and then with Ciara and RuPaul, and the list goes on and on and on and on.
Okay. Great. And we also are looking, trying to research into what some of the stuff you've done before the interview. I realized that you were part of a group called the We Dope. And
yes, sir.
How did you come with that creative? How did that collaboration come together? Like, how did you form? I mean, it's like you were doing a lot. You know what I mean? You're doing a lot, and it inspires me to see a brother. I mean, you said you've not lived in. I'm originally from Ghana,
Yes, sir.
So it inspires me to see that you're putting not just America's name, but there's an attachment of Ghana on the map. You get what I'm saying? This is this is like it's exciting to see something like that. So how did you come up with this creative group?
So we formed in 2009 at Berklee
Mhm.
College of Music. So uh Carl is actually the one that put it together. His name's Carl Shante.
Mhm.
He basically he had class with me and he had class with the other guy named Q.
Right,
And he basically was me and him were the only brothers in the class, the only black
right,
people in the
right,
class. And so we naturally gravitated towards each other and just had some sessions outside of the classroom and we both liked each other's music. And then
right,
he wanted to introduce me to Q, who was way more technically savvy than we
right.
were. And he had the system and like the setup.
Okay,
And when we all joined, it just made a very, very unique sound because we
okay,
all come from different backgrounds
right,
and especially musically and culturally. And
right,
it's just the blend of it just kind of made everything sound unique.
right.
And we got like honestly that was one of the biggest things for me as far as like reassurance
Hmm.
that this leap of faith is the right leap of faith to make
Right.
was we actually got a placement with this group called Shiny.
Mm.
The song was called Up and Down. And at the time, that group was like one of the biggest boy bands in Korea. They were
Mm.
probably like number two
Mm.
biggest boy bands. I usually compare them to like NSYNC, how NSYNC
Okay.
was in
Right,
America next to the Backstreet Boys or
right.
whatever. So they were really big, and that getting that placement really helped confidence and
Mm.
reassurance that I'm on the right path. You know.
Right, right. So now we go to your creative process, and now before we get to your good stuff, because I know you have something that you're offering this great package that you're giving to new upcoming artists and all artists that are doing music,
Hmm.
and it's kind of like helping the entertainment industry. You're going to give us more insights into that, but before we get there, so I want us to talk about how you work with artists. Like, what is your creative process when you're working with an artist? How do you turn their vision into your like a finished song? Like when I come to you as an artist, how do you envision what I want to do? What's your creative process with that?
I mean, it's honestly it's different every single time. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't even say it's the same with every single artist,
Mm-hmm.
but most artists have some kind of creative flow if they've been doing it a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to disrupt the flow. You know what I mean? I
Right,
want to just enhance the flow.
right,
So I try to find out how they work first of all, and I try to plug myself in the best way I know how. So
right.
some artists they like to write piano vocal. They bring the piano vocal to you to produce a song. Other artists they come with a melody, just some humming ideas. Other
Right,
artists come with nothing, and you just build from scratch. They want to hear what you do first
right,
and bounce off of that. So you just kind of have to be prepared for any situation because
right,
there's so many different creative styles, and
right,
no one style is correct or wrong
right,
or whatever. Um, some songs take months to make, other songs take one session to make. So
right,
it's like it's
right,
really all over the place. You know what I
right.
mean? There's no set formula, and I do have a formula kind of for myself that I
Mm-hmm.
like to do. I like to produce last.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do the songwriting and just so I just get like a basic chord structure,
Right.
basic drum pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and then write the whole song, record the whole song, and all that stuff because I know I need to focus most of my energy on that.
Right,
And then the production is like more natural to me, and it's hard for me to mess the song up if it's written well. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Production wise, for my standards and my tastes.
right.
Yeah. So I do that last.
Oh, okay. Great. That's good to know. So let's talk about your mixing and mastering packages. What can an artist expect when they work with you?
Again, so it depends on how much you're coming with. So some artists come to me and they literally just want me for mastering. That's it. They do everything else before. I'm like, cool, I can help with that. Some artists they need help with songwriting, production, record everything. You know what I mean? And I'll do that from the beginning to the end. And then a lot of artists have like a song idea,
Right.
and then I help them bring the idea to life. A lot of
Okay.
times, voice memos or like audio Mac
Right.
songs or whatever, or songs that have production that the artist isn't really happy with.
Right.
Sometimes they want to redo it
Mm-hmm.
or remix it. Some songs are perfect the way they are. They just need mixing and
Right.
mastering. You know what I mean? It
Oh,
really just depends. And I'm here to help fill in those gaps
Okay.
with my service.
Okay.
Basically, you're paying for the time. It's $100 per hour. If you need me for 1 hour, boom, that'd be $100. You know what I mean? You get to work with me, no problem. And then, but if you need me for 5 to 10 hours, it adds up a little bit. But I work really fast. I have a lot of things set up, and I've been doing this a long time, so I kind of know where people want to go pretty quickly. You know what I mean? And people could be shocked how much you could do in an hour or two.
Right.
You could take
Right.
a song that sounds
Right.
mediocre and make it sound really professional
Right.
pretty quickly if it's done at a certain level. Yeah.
And that's good to know. And since do you work with artists from all over America, or you want to do an in-service kind of thing? That's a question I wanted to ask you too.
No, all over the world, honestly.
Okay.
If you have an internet connection and you can send me files, we can work, you know?
Okay.
So it's really, I mean, the majority of my clients have been from America, but recently I've been working with people from the UK. In the past, I've worked with people from Australia,
Right.
Canada a couple of times. So it just really just depends. Wherever you're at, as long as you got a connection, we can communicate. We can work, especially in today's technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then I also wanted to ask you, what's the common mistakes artists make when they're sending you your songs to mix? Like, what do they send you the wrong files, or what are some of the things they have to look at when they're sending you these files?
Oh man, there's so many things. I do have a list. So like I can send it to people if they want to know more in detail. Like I can send you a file and it just breaks everything down. But personally, I like to just have everything split up. Like the only time I don't want to split up is when the artist is 100% satisfied. Like I love the way the drums sound. I just want you to do blah blah blah. Okay, then send me the drums as is, you know. But most of the time, people want me to do whatever I want to do to the song. So individual tracks and stems is the best way to go. Like send me every single track without any reverb, without any delay, as WAV files, AIF files, lossless, and yeah, cook it up from there. As long as I have those files and we know and it was recorded to a tempo, a click, some kind of, we're good to go.
Okay, great. So since you've worked with different artists, you've seen all kinds of genres. Now, being, let's say, raised by African parents, right? I believe you're in tune with Afrobeat since you're in the music industry. You get what I'm saying. I wanted to ask a question. From your experience, what are some of the challenges African or Ghanaian artists face in breaking through globally?
You mean like okay, I see what you're saying. Globally, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I think a lot of people are doing really well and they're crossing over and it's time, you know what I mean? Like when I mentioned K-pop back earlier in the conversation, it was big in Korea, like it was huge, but it wasn't mainstream in the US and around the globe yet. Now, today, as we stand, it's like 10 times, 100 times bigger than it was, you know what I mean? But sometimes it just takes a while for people to adapt to it, the world to adapt to it. I wouldn't say Ghanaian artists or African artists need to do anything differently. They just need to stay the course, stay creative. I personally, I'm somebody who likes people who push the boundaries a bit. So like, okay, this is Afrobeat. We know what it sounds like. We know the style. Now let's build upon it. I think like I'm a Piano is kind of like a derivative of it. It's catching heat right now, and I love that. And it's just going to keep on evolving, keep on changing. And one of these days, it's going to hit to where you're going to see 2, 3, 4 Afrobeat songs or African artists in the top 10 on the Billboard. You know, it's going to happen.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked that is that if you look at a collaboration like Davido and Chris Brown, when you hear that combination or when you hear that collaboration, it gives a different vibe. You get what I'm saying? And it kind of travels a lot. So to me, it's like if we are able to encourage that more, we get more of our music out there. and then it creates, you know, that kind of blend between nations, a blend between cultures, a blend between people, you know, and that's how we bring people together. That's why I asked you that question, because I'm more or less like into this is the reason why Applauze Radio started, you know, try to see how I can blend the experience between the African culture and the American culture, you know, just so that we can try to help promote and then still merge in our own little way how the entertainment can be better. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that I came across and I was like, wow, this is somebody who is doing something on a different scope. But yeah, not even living in Ghana is not even an excuse. You still born by African parents, but even though you're an American, but you know, these are things that African artists can tap into. You are a whole engineer, you do mixing and other things. You can end up getting collaborations with them, and these are some of the reasons why I decided to have an interview with you. You get what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah. So we're just trying to sell each other here and there, because I know that if they collaborate with you with your experience, you can do a lot of great things. So what's one project you're excited to work on right now?
Right now, like I said earlier, the artist choice is probably the most primarily what I'm doing right now. Working with artists around the globe.
Right.
Everybody's got their own little projects that they're working on. Most of it's singles, I believe. But I am working with another artist. Her name is Gal Pearl. She's out here. We've been working on an EP, an R&B EP for about a year now.
Okay.
And it's really good. It's more like I wouldn't say traditional R&B. It's kind of like more like the soulful R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, more like not necessarily the like the Chris Brown and the Bryson Tiller and stuff like that. It's more like Olivia Dean, John Legend type of, you know.
Okay. Right. So these are some of the people you're working with right now. Is there any dream collaborations so far?
Any what?
Any dream collaborations? Anybody you wish you could work with?
How much time do you have? Man, everybody. I want to work. I want to work with everyone, man.
He said we are all work with.
Like so I would love to work with Chris Brown, Beyonce, Davido, Burna Boy, all of them. Wizkid, I love Wizkid, man. I love his music.
Brother. I hope you get there. You know, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with a mile. You've already done a few of them, and there's no limit to what you can do. You know, so I believe you can get right there. So, where do you see yourself and We Dope 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I definitely see us building. I know we've tried a bunch of things in the past, but I think with the technology advances, especially like with AI and just how everything is a lot easier to do now. Music is easier to make now than it ever was. Video is easier to make. Everything is. So like the amount that we can make in a year or in a week or whatever is amplified. So for me, I see us building a niche group, you know, at least especially for me. I see myself building like a niche group of followers, artists, network, like just a tight group of really talented, really hungry individuals who want to work. And hopefully I can be that hub to connect people together and make beautiful music and just create a culture, create a space where we can all share our music and blend and work together. You know what I mean? Create something new, you know?
Right. So how can people reach you or book your mixing and mastering service?
They go to kofiagymusic.com, which is KOFIAGYEI music, MUSIC.com. And I'm on Instagram at Kofi Agyei Music and most places, Kofi Agyei Music right now.
Okay, so for those of you who would want to follow Kofi Agyei, I'm going to still be sharing some of his works as well, but he said you can find him on kofiagyei.com and you can also search him on Instagram and all social media. And lastly, what message do you want to leave with upcoming artists and producers, Kofi?
Oh, that's a blanket statement. I say,
Mhm.
oh, one last thing to follow me on Spotify. I have a playlist. It's called I Am Kofi Agyei. It's got a
Right.
lot of songs that I've worked on.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I
have
listened to a
everything.
couple of your songs on there. You got
Okay.
a few love songs on there, and
Yeah.
I
I'm an
even
artist
used,
too.
yep, I used one of your songs for the little promo video that we did. I had to actually listen to your song. So yeah,
Oh, amazing.
yeah,
Thank you.
you can find them on Spotify as well too.
Yeah.
All right. So
But
Kofi, I'm
message.
listening.
Oh, do you want me to leave them? Okay. So the
Yeah.
message would be stay the course, try to get better with every single song. That's always been my motive or my option. Like every mix I make, I want it to be the best mix I ever made. You know what I mean? It's just that's with that mentality, you won't, and don't make any excuses. Any barriers that you have, you try to knock down that barrier. For me, the reason why I can mix and master is because I couldn't afford somebody to mix and master my stuff for me. So I had to learn it. And it's one of those things that just takes years and years and years to get good at. And so I just learned it. You know what I mean? Instead of making the excuses, either you get the money and you pay somebody, or you learn it yourself. You know, so no excuses, knock down all the barriers, get the song to the way you imagined it when you heard it in your head. Because that's the hardest part. And the closer you get to that, usually the better everything is, you know, and you'll get to your goals faster, the better your music is.
Right. Kofi, thank you so much for joining us on Applauze Radio. It's been a pleasure hearing your story and the insight. To everyone listening today, make sure you follow Kofi on all social media platforms, Kofi Agyei on all social media platforms, and stay tuned to Applauze Radio for more inspiring conversation. Kofi, thank you very much for this interview, and then we can definitely, when I get any collabs or anything, I'll keep sharing your works. Let me know when you have any works to share, and then we can keep promoting each other. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Yo, DJ, run this bar. We got the lights on us tonight. Let's go.